Hello everybody, this is Mayukh from Foursquare Migration. Today I am going to quickly talk about the state nomination requirements for NSW, both the 190 and the 491 that was published yesterday by the state government. So quickly starting with the 190, basically there are a lot of occupations now, starting with accountants, enrolled nurses, painting trade workers, librarians, photographers, lot of occupations to play with, and great news for potential applicants applying for the state nominated 190. Now, what are the eligibility criteria? Minimum 65 points, be working in or have a skill assessment in the target sectors as published on their website. In terms of residing in NSW, a minimum of 3 months genuinely residing in NSW, or or alternatively, if you just moved there and if you're working in your nominated occupation, you may be able to put in an application. So that's the basic in terms of 190. In terms of being invited, as we've known in the past, NSW has always picked applicants with high points. So I believe the requirements or the settings for this financial year is going to be pretty much the same. So higher the points, the more chances of you being invited for the state nominated 190 visa by NSW. Now, the most important part of today's video, the state nominated 491, a major change in terms of how the applications are processed for this financial year. Normally in the past years, applicants could directly apply to the relevant RDA with their set of documents and the NSW form, as long as they were living and working in NSW and had an occupation with the relevant RDA. Now for this year, NSW have decided to do what Victoria did last year or are currently doing. So you would need to first put in an ROI. I also waited a bit late in the day to do this video today because I wanted to put in, or we wanted to put in some applications through to understand what the ROI application or the questions or what the information you would need to prepare the application. So basically, NSW's got 3 streams for the 491. One is living and working in NSW for 12 months at least. The other one is a graduate of regional NSW, having completed your studies in the last 24 months. And also the last one being having a skill assessment in one of the occupations for the relevant RDA. So also again for the 491, a lot of occupations to play with, and great news for not only people living in New South Wales, but also for people living interstate or to be eligible or to apply for the state nominated 491. Now the application process. The great thing about the process for this year is that you can nominate up to 3 regions to nominate you, depending on your occupation. So basically, say example, you could select Far South Coast, Northern Inland, and Central Coast. Say for example, the occupation being chef, and you nominate those 3 regions. As long as all 3 regions have got your nominated occupation in their list, you need to provide your employment details and the date you relocated to NSW, regardless of the stream you go through. So that's the key thing. You will also need your employment details, mainly your start date in your occupation in regional NSW, and also the AVN number for your employers. So it's great news all around for applicants. Then again, the basic criteria still remains 65 points. But my understanding is that preference will be given to people working and living in NSW for at least 12 months in their nominated occupation. And the second priority would be most likely graduate applicants who've studied in regional NSW for 24 months. And the last preference would be given to interstate applicants. And then eventually that would boil down to the number of points you are claiming on your expression of interest submitted to the Department of Home Affairs. So pretty straightforward, the application process. As long as you meet their requirements, i.e. mainly being your occupation is on their list, nominate three regions to look at your application, and if you're selected, you will be invited within 10 days, or 7 days of the nomination or the ROI window closing. Now coming to the ROI windows for this financial year, they've got 4 ROI windows: August, October, January 2022, and March 2022. So please ensure that all your ROIs are submitted within these windows. If you submit it before or after, your application will not be considered. And from the advertised processing times, you should get an outcome of your ROI within 7 days of the window closing. So for August would be first week of September. For October would be first week of November. For January would be first week of February, and for March would be the first week of April. So if you got any queries or you would like any assistance in launching this application, please contact us. I will be more than happy to assist you with the process. Thank you.